shit. Hold on.
Your song, right?
My song? No.
No, I want to play one of your songs.
You said it's just a jam.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we can just play a jam.
Yeah,
but I mean,
man,
you make the jams, though.
I
You make
make
some of my
jams.
just favorite jams. You want to play.
Nah, I want to play it. You said a jam.
Right,
you said they be hating on your shit. Like,
nah, I mean, they be hating
jam.
on
Like,
me playing the music when I be trying to play the music.
Sometimes, that's why sometimes you gotta play a real jam.
Yeah, alright, well, alright, okay, alright. Here you go. It's on there.
We'll play one of our songs, one of my songs at some point, man. This ain't about, this is deeper than music.
Yeah, it's deeper than all this, man.
The music is what gets you to listen.
To the message, and that's what we coming with, the message. You know what I mean? It's very
Yeah,
special.
I got some exclusive, matter of fact.
Oh, alright.
I got you.
Do we airdrop or do we?
Yeah, I'm gonna airdrop it to you right now.
There we go.
I got you. You just want to
It's
do it
special,
like this.
special occasion, everybody. Special occasion, everything. Everything's
not
right.
even out yet.
It's not even out. We got exclusives. Now we know we
You
won't
want
get
it
hated on.
Maddie's iPad or the MacBook?
Send it to let's see.
iPhone.
iPhone. Yep, there we go.
There we go.
There we go. We gonna put it
That's
in the
never-
house.
This shit is not out. Probably about to drop it. Well, I just got the final mix and master this morning.
Hey,
The video about to come out in like a couple weeks probably.
Gym class exclusives. You know what I mean?
No, yes sir.
We in this thing. Let me make sure that everything is on. Remotes and shit. Shout out to that.
Oh man, got this shit running.
Right.
You see what man? Fuck is y'all talking about? I never seen some of this shit before.
I
This
try
shit
to
other
keep it
shit.
in order. You know what I mean?
My man is up to date. What's that shit they used to say? State of the art.
State of the art, man. Ladies and gentlemen, we here.
For sure.
Another rousing episode.
These days I'm ready to shit on whoever. I like to see you fuck niggas do better. I like to see me a million or better. This year watch me work, I'ma put it together. I'm stacking my money and blowing my extras. My life is a movie, you niggas is extras. I'm fully charged, I just pop me a text. Put dick in that bitch, now she calling me pressure. I just needed me a bitch, I don't text her. I'm finna spin me a bitch, I don't stress. Got a Glock with a 30, shit up on the dress. And my diamonds on real, they came off for the test. I the diamonds for steak, boy, that choker's a stressor. I'm still at feast, I can't wait to next. My choppers are preaching, they can't wait to bless. Boy, that Glock on my sluicing, I can't wait to stretch it. You running out of time, baby, tick, tick, tick. Young nigga burning, getting rich, rich, rich. Scoring back to back, got switch, switch, switch. I can shoot a blind, won't miss, miss, miss. Any bitch of mine for fish and grits. Bitch, I hit a lick, man, rich, rich, rich. She a throat go, I'ma miss this bitch. Any pussy clean, I'ma catch this.
This is the messenger. I shot the bear or bad news.
Time with the mother, shit deep as a tattoo. Life is so cold, my heart strong like a statue.
Some shit I did, I just felt like I had to. Shit that you done, I done been in, done that. I walk in the club with the ones that be making a move. You dismiss a bitch, she act like a flus.
Bitch, I'm a pimp, don't be acting too choosy. Bitch, you a chick, you spend roses on rubies. She get some game, talk her out of her toothpick.
Knock on the door, then I beat it like Michael. Fuck the good, she said I knocked on the cycle. I keep a flippy clip under the rifle.
I fucked her friend and bitch, act a spite. I might fuck on a bitch, but we don't have no time. I'm married to money, this shit get a private.
Back in the day, used to want me a birthday. Cause that boy do the right thing.
I got a life
On the art like a high beam. Bitches swipe riches, you down with the right team. I think I'm ready to shit on whoever. Hop on the flight and I'm changing my weapon. Me and the money look better together.
I just bounce back
And
and
I'm
I'm
better than ever.
I made a vow that's
Forever, forever. You do me foul, then we got a vendetta. Love being green, my Bottega Veneta.
I just bounce back now, I'm better than ever. I made a vow that's forever, forever. You do me foul, then we got a vendetta.
Man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man.
I'm a little something, so.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Let me take this in, man. I want y'all to take this in. You know what I'm saying? Take that moment in. Exclusive. You know what I'm saying? We just got that back today. You know what I mean? That means, you know what?
It's meant.
It's
the one.
Exactly. And
Just cool.
none of y'all motherfuckers can hate on me. Oh, wait, we 5 minutes in. None of y'all motherfuckers can hate on me because it's already sold and, you know what I'm saying, and all the shit like y'all like to do with the copyright thing. He owns the rights to the music. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna let that play. You know what I'm saying? We gonna let that play?
My label owns the right.
Well, all right. The label owns the right to. All right,
But
we gonna get it together. It's all right,
label
man.
though, so I give myself the permission to let this song be played on this broadcast. How about that?
See,
You did.
exactly, straight like that. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, man. Like I said, it's an amazing. Another, you know what I'm saying. We locked in, man. You know, I put it up in the sky. We wrote it down, and now we getting it done. And man, I'm super excited for this one because this is literally one of my favorite artists. One of them artists that honestly I can go to the top of Apple Music and just press play and press shuffle, and then just play all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate that.
One of, but like, bro, this is real shit. This is what I was doing today. I made some bomb ass steak. You know what I'm saying? I was cooking dinner. You know, earlier. You know, tell Lil'Dream. Actually, on my Instagram live before the show, I was on a little pre-show talking a little shit. All your music was playing, bro. You know what I mean? This guy right here, man. Lil'Dream, man. If you don't know, you need to know. Do your Googles. You're going to find out why very soon. One of my favorite artists. A very good brother. You know what I'm saying? And I'm happy to have you, know what I'm saying, back in the gym class, man.
Man, it's good to be here, bro.
How you feeling, man?
Man, I'm blessed, bro. I'm feeling better than ever.
Man, this is what it's supposed to be, man.
Yeah.
Introduce yourself. The folks that don't know who Lil'Dream is, man, give them a formal introduction.
Man, I am the one, the only Lil'Dream. That's me. I'm an artist. I'm a thinker. I'm a doer. I'm a liver. And I'm just grateful. How about that? I'm grateful. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be my pitch for the rest of the night. Gratefulness.
Grateful.
That's what I'm sticking with right now. I'm calling it. I'm gonna relate everything back to that.
And that's what it is, bro. So I first first tell them where you're from. You know what I'm saying? Or where we first linked up. You know what I mean? Give me a little origin story.
We first linked up in the chocolate city. You know what I'm saying? In the nation's capital, Washington D.C. Man. Through my cousin. You know.
Shout out to that guy
Shout out
right
to my
there.
cousin. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to West, old boy West. You know what I'm saying? A real solid guy.
Very, very my
so
man.
much love, man. We got the same birthday and everything, man. That's my guy.
Wes was down here for y'all birthday. Yeah, we tore it up. Shout out to Wes and Josh, man, my guys.
Yeah. So you know, my cousin linked us, man. I mean, if my cousin linked me, that's just gonna be a real link. He's never gonna lead me anywhere wrong. You know what I'm saying? We family. There's a lot of love between us. So that was just kind of it. We locked in, and we kind of been making shit happen ever since. A couple shows. You know what I'm saying? A couple venues, a couple ups, a couple downs, some time apart. But here we are right now. We're both in the same city, prospering, thriving. You know what I'm saying? Making our dreams come true, manifesting. You know what I'm saying? And from the looks of it, being grateful.
Man, always grateful, always grateful. So yeah, man, I remember. I think Josh told me at first that, you know, to keep you on the radar. And whenever Josh is one of them street A&Rs that, you know, if folks know you know Josh, man. Josh has an ear to the streets that is, you know, next to none. You know what I mean? He knows what's gonna be something really dope. And, you know, so we've always had that, you know, that rapport. And then when he told me that, you know, this West cousin, you know, it's always when folks say, you know, the relative, you know, this is my folks through relative, you know, you always think, all right, well, I'm automatically, I can't not like it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But let me see how honest I can be with what's going on. Because, you know, like I'm one of those folks where I can hear petition a lot of stuff, but my enthusiasm to work with somebody and move forward is really how you can tell how much I feel and how strongly I feel for the music. And when I heard your shit, bro, that shit was just like, oh, what the fuck? Like, oh nah, this shit did like, nigga, oh hell no, we run this shit right now. Like, let's do this shit right now. Where's this nigga at? Like, I need to talk. We need to do something. And then, you know, just to be able to, you know, through the venues and through these different avenues, you know, continue to support one another, you know what I mean, and just see the growth, you know what I'm saying, and beyond just in the rap shit, in the music, in the creative field, really like being and holding each other down when situations have got, you know, real at different times. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that shit is crazy. But the baseline of that is your amazing talent, bro. Like your artistry level, especially in the ages of, you know, especially around the time was like 2017, 2018. In the age of all the littles, you know what I'm saying? It was the little and young era, the SoundCloud wave era. You were able to solidify sound and, you know, push that and get an acclaim. Talk a little bit about how you were able to do that and like brand this sound that I'd never heard before, you know what I'm saying, with the flips and, you know what I'm saying, the different influences. Talk about how that came about, bro, because I'm really...
so basically, to, you know what I'm saying, to make it as plain as I can, I'm a student of the game. Mm-hmm. And not just the game of music, I'm a student of the game of life. You know what I'm saying? You should always be a student. At the moment you stop being a student, that's when you should be worried. Because you think you don't got nothing else to learn, you tripping. But yeah, bro, I'm a student, bro. The things that I like, I love. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like point blank. Like the things that I like, I love. Music, art, fashion, you know what I'm saying? All that stuff, bro. I love these things. So it's like, I don't just find pleasure in being around these things or just acquiring these things. I find pleasure in knowing about these things. I find pleasure in the knowledge of these things. I find pleasure in knowing why these things exist, what makes these things exist, why the creators of these things do what they do, what makes them tick, what are their flaws, who are they as humans, because we're humans, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, even if you're not an artist, you're still a creator because you create the energy in the world around you, even if you never pick up a microphone, guitar, pen, pad, none of that shit, you know what I'm saying? If you work a 9 to 5 for the rest of your life, you're a creator because you make choices to create the world around you. And some people create better or worse worlds than others.
And what creates out existence.
You create it, so it's just like, I don't know. I just always studied, and I always was a student of the game. So to go to how I branded the name and everything, it was just, I was in a transitional phase of my life, and there was many factors to it, but the theory behind it is just basically manifestation, right? Because it's just like, it just takes a thought, right? Faith the size of a grain of a mustard seed, right? Right. All you need is, you don't need a big dream. It just be one little, like you have one little dream. As funny as that sounds or whatever, like that's really what it's about. Like that's why my IG name is One Little Dream, because like you really, that's what you have. And it's like when I think about this music shit, bro, that's mine. That's my dream, bro. Like that's what I had, and it might not be big to other people. You know what I'm saying? Like when you think about like how our parents or like people at school looked at it, or even your peers or your friends at different times of your path on your journey, your dream might not have been as big to them as it was to you. Everybody like, oh, that's your little section. Like, you still doing
I see you doing your little podcast.
You still doing your little cameras. You know what I'm saying? Niggas got their little dreams and shit, man.
Little camera shit.
You know what I'm saying? Niggas got their little dreams and shit, man. And you manifest them things, and the things be real, right?
Exactly.
And I mean, that's just what it is. So basically what it was thinking that, and it was basically, I came to that thought process because I was fighting like creatively, like, you know, with things I've, you know, wanted to do but felt like I couldn't do because of a fan base I had built when I was my former self, is my former artist name.
What was your former artist name?
You know, it's neither.
Neither here nor there. Got you.
You know what I'm saying? If they do their research. But yeah, so when you know, I was just at this point where like I had gone through all these phases of my artistry, right? And it was just like, you know, and all these phases of my life, because my art reflects life, at least for me. So it's like my art changed as my life changed. Right. And my life I went through a lot of fucking changes, like, you know what I'm saying? I still am, like, for the better. Yeah. But a lot of changes. So the art changed. And so I got to this point where I stopped compartmentalizing my art and being like, I can only do this when I do this, or I can only do this, or like, because I'm, you know what I'm saying? And I said, you know, like, I am everything that I am. Everything that I've gone through and experiences is what makes me up, and that's what people like me as a person for. Right. Like, that's why I have the friendships I have. That's why I've built the relationships I have, because people like me because they understand me because I understand them. It's because I'm relatable, right? You know what I'm saying? It's they can feel me. They can feel. You know what I'm saying? That familiar, that kindred spirit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I realized, you know, I had to stop compartmentalizing my art and make my art as multifaceted as my personality and my person.
Right.
Because that's only right. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't only just feel like, oh, this is what people want to hear from me, so this is all that I can project. This is the only way I can come in music.
Right.
Because that shit started to get burdensome, and it started making me not love the art.
Right.
Because I felt restricted. Because some days I wanted to be on my like conscious rap, like, hey, I got a message shit. I'm not even gonna cuss when I rap shit. And like, you know, other days I wanted to be on some trap shit. And like, if you understand me on my life, that shit ain't no fallacy. So it's like I wanted to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that's not wrong. It's my life, right? And then other times, bruh, I fucking grew up loving R&B and shit. I grew up with my grandparents. I didn't get to start really listening to rap on my own regard like that till like I was like 13 and got LimeWire and bought my little MP3 player and go to my friend's house and get music and shit. So it's like
talking to somebody.
Nigga, sometimes I want to sing, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I just want to do some melodies and shit. And like I realized I was just like, you know what? I'm not gonna be shy about it. I'm gonna be who I am. Like it's a take it or leave it situation.
Yeah.
Because I gotta be cool with it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. You're the only one at the end of the day.
And the crazy thing is I never knew that it would like people thought I was crazy when I first did that shit, right? Because I had did so much as,
right.
You know what I'm saying?
As other
and so people were just like, bruh, Lil'Dream, come on, man. And
I feel like that's what they said at first.
And because they were thinking that I was about to go be a Lil rapper, right?
Yeah.
And like, of course, like, you know, if you really know me though, bro, I'm a nerd, bro. I'm a hit. Like, I think everything to me has some deeper ass meaning. I do it for some, like, I got a fucking thesis for what each one of my tattoos, like that's me, bro. I love what they call it in art. They call it provenance, like, right? You know what I'm saying? The story behind the piece, like, what's the provenance of this? Like, oh, this was owned by this man. And like, you know what I'm saying? I care about all that shit, bro. So like, if you thought that I was just being Lil'Dream, then like we wasn't even.
Yeah, you couldn't
you couldn't even assume that you knew me, bro. Because like what? Because as soon as I did it, everybody was like, bro, this shit makes so much sense. And I was like, see? I wasn't even like, see. I just kept making the music because I already knew. I knew it made sense. That's why I did it. I wasn't tripping.
And when you don't have to,
And this is when I really knew. I'm talking about people who were like my day one fans from like when I first started rapping, bro. Like when I was like a pure backpack rapper, like in high school and shit, bro. You know, I lost a lot of them in different phases of my artistry, right? And when this Lil'Dream shit came back, bro, motherfuckers was really like, bro, this is the most authentic music you've ever made. I really like it. I didn't think I was gonna like anything you did. It's Lil fucking Dream. But lo and behold, here you are making the best music you've ever made. Congrats, man. And like
authenticity,
bro,
man.
And you know, there's still some people who try to leave me restricted to that old box of being like just a rapper, like, man, but you had them bars. And it's just like, bro, like, okay.
Yeah, and
I
the
still
bars
got
are still
them
there.
shit.
Go listen.
And if you listen to them, like,
and the bars are like, that's the
bro,
thing.
If anything, the music has gotten so much more complex, bro. My music is so complicated.
That shit is
bro.
crazy, bro. Like, and even when I'm listening to it, because it's pictures, and then you can switch to the melodies, but then you know you flip it back to like some crazy bar shit. It's like it's complex. It's not music for the simple minded. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
if you don't got no depth, bro, that shit gonna go over you. You gonna think of some stupid shit going on, and you gonna miss it, bro.
And
it's like really some shit going on, like some real like high IQ shit going on in my music.
And
like,
you have to understand about a game.
You gotta even know the game to understand my music. And like some people would say, well, like that isolates you. I don't give a fuck who that isolates. I make music who I want to make music.
It's like sifting through the bullshit, bro. It's like literally.
For me, it's not even a sift. It's just like it's a big ass billboard, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this shit gonna be exactly this because like I watch, like most niggas do, at least I hope they do. I watch hella Jay-Z interviews, right? And everybody knows, like, when Ho always talks about when they were trying to, you know, push him to the labels and shit. And, bro, his theory on that shit always stuck with me. He was like, bro, I made music about what me and my friends were doing. I was writing the raps. I would record it. My friends would actually like it in comparison to what they were listening to. One, because it was actually good, and two, because it was true to what they were
Their
living,
life, yeah.
right? And it's just basic logic. 7 billion people in the world. I live in New York. It's me, 5 friends. If we like it, at least 1 million people have to like it, and that's a low ass percentage. Like 1 million people out of 7 billion is such a low percentage of people, right? So it's just like, bruh, I don't gotta appease nobody. Like, there's people who really fuck with what I do, like, and like not even like on a small level. Like, there's, you know, I have them respected in places and shit. So it's like, I'm cool, like, because people who get it, and like that's what I do it for. Because if you appreciate the shit that I do in my music, then I fuck with you because you fuck with what I fuck with.
And it's like, and it's high quality. You know what I'm saying? It's taste level. You know what I'm saying? Like your music, everything with that, it provides a level of taste. And even when we did the Swipe Bridge 2 project, the whole rollout for that, you know, it was a quality level, the merch, the event, the concert, everything. That's what it was really with me. Like, yo, this is my type of artist because this guy cares about the aesthetics. You know what I'm saying? And if it's just I need to come and, you know what I'm saying, I can add this. Where it's like, yo, I don't want anything from this shit. This shit just makes me feel, it's making me feel alive in a city where, you know, I, at different points, as much as I love it, creatively I felt dead. You know what I'm saying? So anytime that I get the livelihood, and shout out to like you and Chloe from Madness and Malik and, you know what I'm saying, Greg and them over at Museum. And everybody else that's really creatively trying to bring life to that, but coming from a situation where being in Atlanta, I felt I kind of got spoiled from 18 to, you know, from 18 knowing my whole adulthood has been creatively like go out and get it and, you know, try to learn, get the knowledge that wasn't necessarily front and center there, but it was really trying to figure out the ways to use the tools that, you know, I learned from being back there, and like even being in the go-go scene. That's how I got into the music scene and taking Wale with a lot of that stuff and being able to kind of filter that, you know what I'm saying, through you know, the internship with Studio 43 and kind of building that base. So where
can I just put a pen right there? That's the shit I'm talking about though, right there. You see what I'm saying? Like Studio 43. You see what I'm saying? Like that's another reason why I, you know, felt a need to just kind of distance from the city for a minute, because it's just like, bro, we don't even know who we are, bro, up there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we got this whole new rap scene, and it's beautiful. I love it. I love everything. I love everybody winning. I love the music. I don't have no problem with shit. But these niggas don't know the history of this shit, bro. And there's a rich history. And people would think like, well, I mean, it's just some local history, but it's like, nah. Just like everything else that happens in D.C., bro, if it happens here, it affects the fucking world. Just like when the president and all them people in the Congress and the Senate make decisions, and it affects the whole world. What happens in the streets out here, what happens in the industry and shit out here, the people from here that make it into the industry and shit, the shit they decide and the shit they do affects the whole world.
Yes, indeed.
We got like real live major influencers and major players from where we from, and it's like, we don't really even acknowledge our history. You ask a young nigga who Kenny Burns is, he gonna be like, who is that? Right, you know what I'm saying? That's an issue though. That's a real issue. Like, that can't even be. Like, we can't even get to where we need to go if that type of shit is even a thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas gotta know what happened and you know and why. You know? And like, not even what happened, because you can't even say what happened. Like, bro, Kenny Burns is still an active player in the game right now.
Like,
But Kenny Burns he's the lifestyle specialist. Okay, like he is he's like, for me, he's the first influencer I knew. Yeah, I never knew of an influencer. He's the first person that I was able to like. He was the first person that ever. Shout out to Kenny and Ricky Parker. Those my guys. They gave me a chance when I was 18, 19, maybe 20 years old to intern and learn the game from them. You know what I'm saying? And literally giving me so much knowledge of, you can be the best, you just can't slack. You have to be on it at all times. And, you know, kind of with that, showing me how to do it, and then giving me my own, you know, kind of just giving me my wings and kind of like, all right,
you've learned enough. You like it's time for you to go flourish. You know what I'm saying? I always had the backing of those guys, but it was always like, all right, I want to be able to also build this and show the big homies like, all right, before I really need to come back to you guys with something. I want to have it solidified. Like I know I'm gonna have KB and Ricky on this platform because it's built up for that. You know what I mean? Sure. But before that, you keep this you keep it in the tuck, and you make sure that one thing I'd like to do is check in on even with cell phone numbers and stuff like that. Random times, just check in, just kind of make sure the numbers still the same, but make sure everybody's doing their thing and everything is still copacetic, and make sure the relationship's good.
You gotta nurture your relationships.
Always, because when I bring
because look, not to cut you off, when you don't nurture relationships, right? Here's my key point, right? When you don't nurture relationships, what do people feel? Right? They feel like you're ungrateful. Whatever it is whatever they may have done or presented to you. Especially when you talk about mentors and big homies and shit like that to give
people
you
that didn't.
And it's not that you owe them anything, but it's just human courtesy.
Yeah, and you recognize that
about the people who cared about you because they saw something in you.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? And they reached out and they believed in you and they gave you the chance. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta nurture them relationships. Even if it's a peer, like if it's somebody who's doing their thing and they like, man, I fuck with you, and they reach out to fuck with you, man, you gotta fuck with them because you know what I'm saying? Like all that other shit, I don't know about that, but you gotta fuck with them.
And that's the acknowledgement and appreciations are two things that I like to practice as well. You know what I'm saying? Like I like to, when people are doing things, you know what I'm saying? Even if it's like, it might be the smallest thing and you might not even recognize like that anybody's recognizing you doing something that's positive. You know what I'm saying? I watch the internet just like everybody else all day, but the one thing I do, I give out a lot of love. You know what I'm saying? Just because like, yo, I see you. Keep doing it. That shit lit. I fucking with this shit. This your shit, bro? I don't even think about it. I'm not doing it because I gotta reach a quota or something. I just generally love to see that shit. Like, especially because with a lot of these, like, this has been my goal and my dream forever, bro. Like, not even for me to see everybody else getting their shit off. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been getting my shit off since 2008, you know what I'm saying? And really since, 2004, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, with PMS, the band, and all those people, those are my first ideas. Like, yo, what if, it would be crazy if we had a fucking all-girls band that's like 15, 16 rocking these shows with these wild-ass niggas, you know what I'm saying, in D.C. Bang, we put that together. You know what I'm saying? Damn, it would be crazy if we just started doing a party because we don't want to pay for the party and these niggas not showing us the love even though they act like they fuck with us on campus. Bam, we make that. Damn, it would be crazy if we do a fucking video. Damn, what if I just go outside and start documenting shit and just start making the craziest brand of all time that might be misunderstood but will eventually be understood as soon as I understand what I'm presenting. Bang. And then just all that shit just happens, my nigga. This is what I like. So to see everybody else picking up that same esteem, like, yeah, I can do all that shit. That shit just makes me want to get it and go even farther and go harder with some new shit. It woke back up my spirit seeing everybody else back out here getting that shit. You know what I'm saying? Sure. And that's the reason why the Atlanta. There's a magnet in my heart for Atlanta, man. Like, if I get too close, it's not gonna let me leave. You know what I'm saying? So that's why. You know what I'm saying? We back down here and making things happen the way we are. You know what I'm saying? But man, listen, man, we got what's shaking, man? What brought you down to the city, man? I'm excited to hear what's new and exciting with you, man. Cause I heard some things. I don't know if you can tell the team what I heard, but you can. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, we ain't talking about.
But listen, listen.
Listen, all I'm saying is this: look, bro, like, man. Everybody know me, like, everybody know how I get down, everybody know, like, what I do musically, like, everybody, if you know, you know, if you don't, you don't, like, I'm like one of you know, I'm like one of those, like, best kept secret, most known unknown guys, yes. Like, everybody you like likes me, even if you don't know me, so it's just like, you know what I'm saying, like, I'm one of those cats, and like, we looking to cross over, you know what I'm saying, I've had some, bumps in the road that have caused me to maybe stay behind the scenes more than I should have, but, like, there was an opportunity here for me. And I finally came out on the other side of a couple of legal situations and shit. Finally got off of house arrest and some other things because God is good. And so, honestly, to be honest, bro, like, you know, I'm not gonna sit here and name drop, but I have a lot of like really close friends that I've, you know, grown up with. Like, you know, some of them I've studied music with and had piano class with, and some of them I was, you know, trapping and sleeping in studios and sleeping on the floor and thugging it, you know, for months at a time in the winter and in the studio, not that insulated, like, you know, all these types of things, right? And they were all like at different points in times, you know, gone off from home. I was like, man, I'm going to get this shit. Come on, let's go. And me, I'd just be on some not really truly believing in myself shit, if you're going to be honest about it, you know what I'm saying? But my excuse would be money.
Right.
I'm not going to be broke. I like to get money. It is what it is, or it was what it was.
Right.
How about that? It was what it was, but it's just like, yeah, so I would always have an excuse. Oh, man, I'm getting this money, or I'm up here, I'm going to put this much together and come out there. And then things would always happen, and I'd always have some type of hiccup, and I'd never make it out. And so, for the first time in a while, I was just in the clear. Like, I ain't been in the clear like this in like a long time. So like, I was like, damn, I'm in like the clear. Like, I could like
could do some shit.
I could like move. Like, nigga, I started just flying everywhere.
I see you.
I started just fucking traveling everywhere.
Your
and shit.
Instagram was like, yo, this
Nah,
nigga just said he was about to, like, he said he was just in the city. You just like, all right, Miami for brunch. Just like, oh.
So
I love the
trip,
energy.
Miami for brunch, just cause like,
I
but nah,
love it.
real shit, because it's just like, it was a lot of shit I didn't take advantage of in my younger years. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you were saying something earlier before we started recording, like that fear of success. You know what I'm saying? Because that success separates you from everything that you knew that you used to identify as the things that made you who you are.
Yeah.
All the struggles, the pain, the people that aren't really that reliable, the people that have to depend on you. And I'm not saying like you just got to leave everybody behind, but you gotta leave a lot of shit behind
You
when
gotta
you become
leave that
successful,
thought process
because
behind.
it really is then about maintaining the success and getting the success to a point where you can share it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because initial success is not shareable. It's just enough for you to, you know what I'm saying, take care of yourself and maintain.
And
especially if you're trying to look sweet, which everybody want to look sweet. That's not a problem. So it's like you gotta really focus. Once you get that success, you gotta separate. And like subconsciously, that separation scares a lot of people. It doesn't scare everybody, but it scares a lot of people.
Yeah.
And it stops a lot of people from packing everything up and moving. I can doing this or doing that. And it's just like, you gotta really know, like,
I can honestly say I was thinking about that concept earlier today. When just the thought process of, you know, just like we were talking, I jumped out creatively with this idea with my friends in 2000, really 2007 to 2008 was when we really had the idea that the event that marked the day that, you know what I'm saying, the party that started the whole AWoL thing, right?
yeah.
But even with that, getting beyond that, when folks kind of just got their life turned real, you know what I'm saying, for whatever reason, I always wanted to go as hard as possible, but had that fear of not being able to bring everybody with me. And a lot of times that was in the physical sense with like the concerts and stuff like that. One had bring everybody in with the access and enjoy the time, but I'm there for a purpose. I'm there for a reason. And
Time and place for everything,
yeah,
bro.
you know what I mean?
And that's what I'm saying. Like, it requires separation, but
Yeah.
greatness requires isolation, and growth don't happen in the comfort zone. It just is what it is. It's never gonna change, bro. You're gonna have to get real uncomfortable if you want to be who you want to be. Case closed.
Yeah.
It's either you deal with that or you can stay the fuck comfortable.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And that's cool too, cause like it's nothing wrong with being comfortable, bro. Family and love and all these close ties and shit. That shit means a lot, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But what can you do for those people? At least that's mine.
Exactly.
You know, some people don't feel that way, but I feel that way, bro. What can you do for those people?
And man,
You can't.
Speaking
you
of-
break your back, like, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
and you know what that ends with. And once you're like 75 and 80, that ends with resentment.
Yeah.
Like, nobody wants to live a life
Yeah.
of resentment. And
Yeah.
shit. Like,
Resentment
you don't
to
want that
death,
shit. So it's
yeah.
just like, bro, you gotta
that's
really nut up and be like, nah, I want this shit.
Man, I'll
And
tell
go
you,
do that shit.
the realest thing I ever did, right, when I coming down here on the when I came back here in September, I stayed with, you know, one of my exes that is a real good friend. It just turned into like, you know, just a really good person. That's always held it down. Shout out to her. But then after that, maybe like 5 days, man, I really got to it. I went and I was back in the Vando, you know what I'm saying? Like, and Vando Beats is a studio, you know what I'm saying? But it's really like, it's bigger than a studio. It's a family. It's an idea. It's a concept of kind of making the most beautiful things out of an ugly situation. And my guys have been able to start out in Oakland City, and we're now, you know, the studio's on Edgewood. But for about 2 weeks straight, I was, you know, staying in the studio, you know, sleeping on the studio floor, and I would go and, you know, I'd be making my money and going to my gigs and coming back, but I'd be getting back straight to try to edit and get all the stuff done, you know what I'm saying? Sleeping on the floor, being up, because we were working on a project that will come out sometime this year. But I had to be there to document, but also, you know, just kind of facilitate a lot of the moves and have that necessary uncomfort, you know what I'm saying, to realize, okay, like, I'm not afraid of this as much as I was before, because I really feel I was afraid of Atlanta for a little while, man. I had so many tough times and like stories and history, like things that should have turned right but didn't, you know what I'm saying? It kind of scared me from shooting a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, I had the epiphany when I did, and, you know, that was the best decision that I've ever made, because that necessary uncomfort helped me get that fire back in my system. And just, man, that's like,
listen, you gotta be uncomfortable,
man.
Like, as soon as you get comfortable, it's a problem.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. That's like that. You need that thing that's gonna wake you up in the morning. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna like that little thing in your stomach, whatever it is, to just like, yo, all right, let me get my ass up. I need to do something because something ain't right, and I need to be doing something to progress, to fix this situation, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? And it could be this.
And you know, I will say this. I won't say you can't never get too comfortable, because like maybe there is a point.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you, my brother, you're not there yet.
No.
We are not at comfort zone yet. Like, you know, you got some things, and like, you know, I don't think there's a specific dollar amount or anything to it, but I think everybody knows what they would need to be truly comfortable, not just being complacent and calling it comfort. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, not getting that confused, you know what I'm saying? Because too often times I feel like that's what it is, and that's what I mean. I feel like I had that false sense of comfort even in DC, you know what I mean? Like, and that comfort was killing me, you know what I mean? You know, it's just like, yo, this is literally just financial comfort. I don't like anything else about this shit. I don't like anything else about this shit besides, I mean, financial comfort. I had my friends and that shit cool, but it's like, man,
complacency and content, bro.
Exactly.
You're content, like, and I mean, you can be content, but like, you know, you can also not be.
Yeah, and that's, you know,
that's
rather,
what you would prefer to.
Yeah, I'd rather not,
especially not at this point in life, right now. There's a lot to achieve, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot to achieve. We haven't even scratched the surface.
We haven't, man. We're just
what needs to be done. So it's just like, yeah, man, you gotta get shit done. You gotta realize it's not gonna be comfortable. Mm-hmm. And the crazy thing is, though, is like, man, niggas be lying, bro. The shit do be easy.
Yeah.
If the not easy part be the comfort part, right? Mm-hmm. It don't be the doing what you gotta do.
It's literally the getting out of the comfort zone to do the shit.
Because
once
it's
you start moving,
do. It's like, you know what I'm saying? So how could it be hard? It's what you do.
I'm telling
so it's
you,
like,
like
obviously the not easy part, bro, is breaking out of that comfort zone, going for it.
Yep.
And you just gotta go for it, bro.
And just know and get out of your head. A lot of times, you know what I'm saying, I'll personally, I'll overthink myself into not moving, or I allow myself to just get to a point where
oblivion.
Yeah, I just think myself into oblivion. Like, all right, I'm just gonna not. Like, I figured out the reason why I'm not and shit. And it's just like, there we go, bam. It's just like, bro, we could have just fucking done that. And every single time I see what I was supposed to fucking be doing right in my damn face, whether it's Instagram or Facebook, or yo, man, that was like, you know, this was the move. Like, it's like, yeah, you gotta get my ass up sometimes. Just go do that shit. You know what I mean? Get out of that fucking comfort zone.
What they say? You need to get out and get
something.
Nah, bro. how can you make it if you never even try? No cap,
Yeah.
like
You
know
can't
what I'm saying?
spend all your time
Bro.
trying to yes, man.
I mean, nah, you can get high all
yeah,
day
you
if you
can,
want,
but you can do the
you better
shit while
do
you
some
get
shit while
high.
you high.
You know what I'm
man.
saying?
You know
Stop
what I'm
playing around, man. I've done every goddamn successful thing I've done. Never mind, I'm not gonna say that, but you know, damn near, you understand what I'm saying,
man,
people.
Look, at different strokes with different folks.
Hey, man.
All I know is you gotta get up, bro, get out, and you gotta actually put action to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you know, not to get like super spiritual. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
man, we can take it there.
like
This gym
real shit, you know what I'm
class.
saying? Like, but nah, for real, like, you know what I'm saying? God, you know what I'm saying, bro, he provides for like crickets and birds and animals and stuff. And they don't, you know what I'm saying, but you got at the end of the day, like, even a bird God don't just make worms grow out their nest, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Gotta
He
go
gave
get
them
up.
the functionality and the ability to know how to find the food, get the food, and the food is there for them to acquire if they do so choose to have it, bro. And the same thing is for us, bro. It's not hard. He has provided for us already, bro. But you just gotta do and use the abilities that he gave you to get the shit. You know what I'm saying? Just like a bird. Or whatever other animal you want. You know what I'm saying? Whatever your spirit animal is. Do it like a tiger, a fucking lion, a bear, oh my, who gives a damn? But just do it. Like, just actually do it. Just be like, damn, I'm a bear. I'm gonna go to the river and get my salmon. Whatever the fuck your salmon is in that fucking creek as a bear, if that's your spirit animal, go do that shit. Go get your fucking salmon. Like,
Go get your salmon, man.
okay.
Man.
Real shit though.
Another one.
Man, because it's there, like, bro, this shit is there, it's free, like, bro, all this, everything you want is right there. You just gotta go
literally
get that
is.
shit.
And all you really like, even and that's why they say the power of words and the power of thoughts. You know what I mean? Like that whole the positive affirmations and the law of attraction and stuff like that are those things that it's just so undeniable. You know what I mean? And even just try it. Just put something that you really want to do. Write it down, say it out loud, and just watch how, if you really believe what you're saying, you know what I mean, how things will, it will make itself, your body and things will start doing that shit almost subconsciously, you know what I'm saying? Or your mind state will be so driven toward whatever that you said that you just gonna know, it's gonna happen. You know what I mean? It happens all the time, but that's why they say you have to also be very mindful that even with the negative thoughts, you have to mind that shit, because when you think negatively and that shit does happen the same way, it's not it's the same street, you know what I'm saying? You can't do one without the other. So if you keep your thoughts positive and keep it in the realm of we're going to get it done all the time, nothing's gonna stop me. The Make It Work manifesto that I put together when I was crying at the damn airport because I hated being there. Yeah, that shit will do it. You know what I'm saying? Trust and believe, y'all. Like, this is just stuff that
Listen, the world that we live on is ancient, bruh.
Yeah.
And it abides by universal laws. This shit has not changed ever. This shit has been the same. And it's like, the law of attraction and the powers of manifestation, bruh, are real. You gotta will your reality into existence. And like, you have to understand what that even means, and you gotta understand how to be specific with the universe, because it's not to be played with. Like you said, you can have all the positive intentions that you want, but if you focus on a negative thought within that process, but the universe is just gonna dish you out what you attract, and you done opened up the portal for that. You got the magnet, so it's gonna come, and you're gonna wonder. You know what I'm saying? Like, how is it that I'm positively focused and trying to do all this positive shit, but this other shit keep going this way? It's because you keep worrying about the negative shit. Can't even worry about that shit.
you gotta go balls to the wall,
The
man.
thing is, and see, like, I was like, one of the biggest blessings I realized when I, you know what I'm saying, from, you know, doing my little time and shit, you know, a few times or whatever, but like, man, the biggest lesson for me is that, bro, shit don't stop at all. Like, nobody's shit, okay? Like, nobody's. And like, that's not a problem. That's nothing to be you know, I mean, sometimes when you on the other, and free all the men, free all the good men, but sometimes when you on the other side of that wall, you know, I be sympathizing with niggas because I get it. You feel the way, like, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, it's true, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? You kind of good as dead behind that wall, and you kind of get to experience what death would be like without dying. because everybody's living life without you. You know what I'm saying? And you get to see how them not having you makes them feel and all that shit. That shit really like death, bruh. And in the process, you watch people get over it and keep living their fucking life. You know what I'm saying? And like, you be like, oh,
wow,
okay, okay. And it's not nothing to be mad at, bro, because this shit keep going, bro.
Right. Everything
gonna keep going. Like, so you can't be sweating. Can't be sweating shit, bro, because what's going to happen is going to happen, and what's not going to happen is not going to happen. You just got to focus on what you got going on, because this shit, bro, you can get in all the feelings you want, you can be confused all you want, bro. This shit going to keep going, bro. Nigga, and like, time, don't think like a little, the shit that some niggas think is a small amount of time, but so much can change in a little bit of time.
Bro, like, the shit, things change literally overnight. Like, overnight.
Listen, bro, I ain't even do that much time. I ain't even go, you know what I'm saying, no extensive crazy man big. And like, I came home to a different city. Shit looked all the way different. I said, oh, what the fuck? I didn't even think like shit, cause shit just keeps going. You're gonna stop doing anything because I'm going fucking nobody.
Imagine
I was like, damn, bro, I'm not gone that long. No way. What is this?
Situations where
So
there's places that, like, you was the man, like, fucking 10 some years ago or whatever, when it was a cash-driven market, bro.
Man, shit.
You come home and you can't use cash in some of these places.
But
Like,
here's the thing. Fuck that. That shit ain't even. You come home and there's fucking iPhones, bro. Like, you can fuck being the man, fuck cash. Bro, you can't even get past, like, bro, what the fuck are y'all doing? Is that another face on that phone? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Like fucking sensory overload, man.
No, bro, like, shit, bro, shit keep going. And, even, and that's in every aspect, bro. Like, if you out here in life, bro, and you're not getting your shit together, bro, people gonna keep living, bro, and, like, people gonna keep getting their shit together. And it's like, either you gonna take motivation from that and get your shit together, or, like, eventually, it's just gonna be you alone without your shit together.
Yeah.
And everybody else with their shit together.
And that's an ugly thought and place
That's not
to
a
be.
good place to be, bro.
What? Like,
I'm
the last one.
I had nightmares of that place. I'm never gonna be in that place.
Oh my gosh! Like,
I'm never gonna be in that place, no sir.
And oh my goodness! Like, just literally like nightmares and just trying to because nah, man. Like, even past, it was like I feel like it was like 30 really. And even 30 being late, but it was just like, yo, man, like, there's no all the fuck shit and the foolish, all the mistakes and that, like, I can't do this. I can't make any more mistakes that are gonna have have myself feeling like anything. Fuck what everybody else thought at the end of the day, because there's the thought and perception of what other people think. I know I control the camera. I know how to control that shit. That shit ain't about nothing. But really, the truth, you know what I'm saying? Like, really to be able to walk it like you talk it, that shit meant something to me. You know what I'm saying? At a point, it was 28 was really the moment. But I was out in LA wilding out in 28. So when it was like 29 to 30, that was literally that was the shift. And then, like, I remember, and recipes my pops, but one of the most amazing things that he said to me before he passed was that he just looked at me one time. We was having a conversation. He was just like, yo, man, like, wow, like, I'm really, like, you really got your shit together. Like, you really, like, I can hear it. I understand it now. And then for him to be able to even break down a lot of the, you know, the creative stuff I was doing after that moment, man, it was like, all right, that shit's crazy. But the thought process behind that was, I can't be the last one. I can't even feel the way that emptiness, you know what I mean, of not having that shit together, you know what I mean? You know, can't just look good on paper.
No.
So.
Nigga ain't programmed that way, though.
Exactly.
Won't happen. No, sir.
Exactly. Ain't
Can't
no
go
way.
like that.
And it's like, there's so many tools, you know what I mean? And
man, listen. you gotta just do it.
Yeah.
Listen, man, like, I'm no, you know what I'm saying? I'm no perfect man, I'm no fucking superhero, but like, I be putting my mind in shit, bro, and I be doing shit, you know what I'm saying? And like, I done, my middle name should be odds. Like, nigga, that's like, I be beating odds, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it be, and sometimes it don't, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, it's the willpower, you know what I'm saying? It's the willpower to be like, nah, I'm gonna make this happen, I'm gonna do this. But then there's also, you gotta develop the intelligence to, like, not have to do that.
Yeah.
That's the next step.
Yeah, and that was the thing, taking yourself out of those
because
situations.
That's the comfort zone, low key. That's the comfort zone because you know I can make something out of nothing any day. So who cares if I lose everything if this happens or whatever? Because I guarantee I'll make something out of nothing again. But you don't have to do that. That's a comfort zone. You can get past that step. You know what I'm saying?
You can be irresponsible.
Because if you can do that, then that means that you can manifest the life that you want.
Exactly.
If you are capable of pulling yourself up by your bootstraps from 0 to 100 multiple times, and like not breaking, and still being able to have your shit together and catch right back up to and or surpass your peers, then it means like, all right then, man. Now do it.
Yeah, just keep doing it.
Now go
on these things.
Go on and do it because
you don't have to hit 0 to do good
like,
again, right?
You're over here doing like you're running suicides. You're literally like running suicides. You're starting at the baseline and you go to the free throw and then you come back. I'm back at the baseline, but I can go 3-pointer this time. I gotta go all the way back. I gotta go all the way full court, bro. Just run full court, bro. Just run the laps, bro.
Run the whole thing, man.
Just do what you're supposed to do. Just do it. Just do it, man. And that's the hard part because it's the endurance. You know what I'm saying? And just do it. It's easy to have bursts. You know what I'm saying? And be like, oh, I'm back on top. You know what I'm saying? But it's the race is not given. Race is not given to the swift, bro.
Yeah,
you gotta endure, man. You gotta have endurance, man. You gotta be able to. You gotta go the distance with this shit, man. Like,
man, the longevity game, man. You know, I want to be here for a long time. You know what I'm saying? And you know, make the history as it is. And that's the great thing too. Like, that's another thing. You know, that was learned and developed. Really being back on, I'll say, patience, learning that you don't have to make every move, you know what I'm saying? You can just kind of like, you can chill, and then with it being up there, it just wasn't, I mean, there's stuff to do all the time, though, you know, because back home, you know, it's like, there's stuff to do if you really want to go out and be a part of that, but it's shit, nothing was fulfilling. What am I going down there? What are we celebrating for? What are we celebrating for? Like, we ain't had, like, this shit is, we're losers. Like, how are we celebrating losses?
Not we're losers.
Like, we're, like, but in the mind state of, like,
well, but let me defend the city.
But no, I'm not saying, I'm not.
Let me just interject that. Let me just interject real quick.
No, not that.
No, I know what you're saying. I'm not, but listen, let me interject. This is what I'm saying, right? We have a very rare thing. Again, like, you know, I'm an advocate for our city and our culture, and I tweeted the other day, bro, I promise I'm gonna be like 60 years old and have millions and millions of dollars and like really building like a DC popular culture museum and like how much we really affected what really happened in this industry. Because I believe in this shit and I love this shit and I come from this shit and like I said, I'm a student of this shit.
Right.
And I'm grateful for this shit because without it, I wouldn't be who I am. So it's like, bro, I just say that to say, bro, we come from a place where it's so lit to be accepted where we're at, not only by the locals, but by other people across this country desire so much to be accepted and received where we're at. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, people, you know, don't get me wrong, New York is a great city, you know what I'm saying? Philly, all that shit, and they're legendary cities and they've made heavy impact, but we've always been the taste. We've always been the soul, the flavor, the style of this shit. You know what I'm saying? You can take this shit all the way back to Parliament Funkadelic. They called that album Chocolate City. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can take this shit back to Duke Ellington, you can take this shit back to Marvin Gaye. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the fuck, who cares? Like, you know what I'm saying? All that shit, niggas can't, bro. We got it's the soul. The soul is right here, right? And so it's just like, you can really be lit in DC and never have to go nowhere else, like, or experience nothing, and you'll still meet everybody from everywhere, see everybody from everywhere, have access to all the stars, and niggas gonna want to come fuck with you.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of places, if any, where that's the case.
That's
you know what I'm saying? There was up until we even got involved in this rap shit, we didn't even care about rap.
About rapping,
Rappers used to come here and not sell out because it'd be a go-go that night. And they started realizing they had to get with the band when they came in town for us to give a fuck about what they got going on.
Exactly.
And that shit would fuck their heads up because the whole world cared and we didn't. And because we had our whole own shit going on. And that so it's like we got, like, it's a gift and a curse, brother, because, like, we it, right? But, like, we got to realize that, like, we're not the coolest people in the fucking world. And, like, you still gotta mesh and blend with other people,
and that was, I feel like, and that was what coming back and living back at home was. I realized,
but it's like it's so easy though, brother. You gotta think about this, bro. You had kids that were 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 years old and shit, doing 4 fucking shows a week, running it up, buying out bottles, clubs, stages, beating drums and playing keyboards and shit, and having celebrities and shit coming to, like, come on, bro, it's a whole different shit. Like, bro, we it. So it's just like, you can't blame our culture for being so, like, celebratory and inclusive. Like, it's always like if I'm up in DC, then I'm up.
Yeah, you know, and the thing was, I feel like it was more, for me, it was a personal situation, because it was like, damn, this is lit, and I see y'all doing this, but I don't want to get back to being a local. I don't want to make it so that I'm a back home local celebrity again, because, like, that's not the ceiling that I want to hit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I didn't even, like, I always felt like I'm here for the moment. I'm here, you know what I'm saying, building back up, but I'm not going to be here forever. You know what I'm saying? But while I'm here, let's build up and let's make sure that I will be here forever. I'm just not going to be essentially located here. But we're going to have things so that the culture and everything that we got going on will never end. You know what I'm saying? That's what it really was. So the build up was awesome. You know what I'm saying? I don't ever want to take anything away from my time back home, because it was well much needed. You know what I'm saying? It helped me really hone the skills again, you know what I'm saying? And see, like, okay, like, if it's something, there's still my hustle's here, but let's see if this same formula that I've been building up can work in the market that I get the most reception in, you know what I'm saying? That I really want the most reception in the Atlanta, in the Atlanta market, because when they see Atlanta, I can now bring down, what I need to from the city down here, and then vice versa, taking what's really gonna be the hot shit down here and what's next, and putting that up there, positioning it with and you know what I'm saying, just having that pipeline go up and down that highway, that 85, whatever the fuck I was, 95, 85 north south shit, whatever the fuck I was talking about. But it's always been the thought process of having the highway of creativity to go straight up that shit and then go all the way around. That's what so I feel like we definitely getting that way, but no disrespect to home, you know what I'm saying? I don't want it to be misconstrued, you know what I'm saying? Y'all be doing y'all thing, but there is more outside of just the popping bottles every day, you know what I'm saying, at these same spots, my nigga. Like, let's get out and see some shit, because the same shit you're doing out there, you can go do it in another market and be perceived, you know what I'm saying, and just see some new shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, you'll understand what I'm talking about once you get out there.
But a lot of this shit don't be it. Disclaimer. Come on.
Yeah, this is true. This is very true.
A lot of this
but
shit don't
you
be
realize that it's not it anywhere. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be the same
but
shit.
It at home. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but then there's other shit that's it elsewhere.
No, there's it.
There's definitely it.
But so a lot of this shit don't be it. And so, like, and don't get caught up in chasing this shit to be these people be doing, because that shit don't be it.
You know what I'm saying?
What these niggas be doing don't be it, man.
with a lot of this shit, man, is find a passion that's just like, you know what I'm saying? And that's what a lot of times I feel like it is. Like, people just don't know what they like to do for real, man. Like, or haven't found that one thing that just gets they shit going all the time, no matter what it is. I can not sleep and just continue to do this. I know I found that shit with the camera shit, you know what I'm saying? The camera and the computer, you know, this whole AWoL shit as a whole will, you know, I've gotten so little sleep comfortably the last fucking 14, 15 years of my life because I know that all I'm gonna do is dream about the same shit that I wake up to, you know, and go to sleep. Like, I literally dream about the same situations that I see myself in, you know what I'm saying? So I know how to move, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen this shit before. Like, I can maneuver this shit. And it's like, so, but I feel like everyone has to get to that point where they find that, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of times people get so caught up in the rat race that, you know, they're too focused on making that dollar, you know, and focusing on that, and or, you know, all these other life factors that keep you from, you know, finding what actually, you know, excites your soul, to what you can do, and then eventually hopefully monetize it, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. It's like how do you feel about that? You know what I'm saying? Like the process of figuring it out. Like, how did you figure out what you like to do? You know what I mean?
I've been wanting to do the same shit since I can remember what I know how to do.
Right.
I always wanted to do. I don't even know what I want to do right now. Like, I just want to do what I do.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
But that's always been what I want to do. Like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Let me not say I love music. You know what I'm saying? I've always loved music. I've always been musically inclined. And shit just came to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not no. I mean, I'm sure there's musicians in different parts of my family, but like as far as my direct influences and in my household, there were no musicians or no instrumentalists or nobody who made music or nothing like that. It's just always what I wanted to do. It's just always. You know what I'm saying? I always was attracted to the drums growing up in church.
Right.
And, you know, I was in the marching band and shit like that and all that type of shit. And it's just, I just always knew. Like, I always, you know what I'm saying? I went in front of my first big stage. I think my first big stage was like when I was in like 9th grade. I went to Suba High School and we went to the state championship. And I was in the marching band, you know what I'm saying? We played halftime, you know what I'm saying? And I was, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know that's like some small shit, but like, nigga, that shit was at the Raven Stadium. It was
Right.
the state championship. We talking about like
All
a
the
lot of fucking
yeah.
people, you know what I'm saying? And then like, you know what I'm saying? I play snare, and I'm, you know, if anybody knows shit about the marching band, I'm a freshman playing snare, nigga.
That's big cheese.
That's big shit, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm a freshman on snare, nigga. That's big shit. Like, yeah, so.
My fucking drum line, nigga.
Yeah,
Thought you was
like,
Darius
so-
Miles for real, nigga.
Nah, for real, that was my shit. So it's just like, nigga, I've been on that moment. Felt like I've been fell in love with that moment before I even wanted to rap. Like, I just been fell in love with that. Like, taking my craft and what I do and love to do and presenting it in front of people and watching them enjoy it and being like, and all that shit. Like, I've been fell in love with that shit. That shit was like, that shit had to be like, I don't know how many, I'm not going to cite the number. I don't know how many people attend the state championship.
But it was enough.
I'm sure that they hold,
seats.
I'm sure it has to be enough because they hold it at an NFL stadium.
Right.
So, however many people
Oh yeah,
are
the
there.
state champ. Because didn't they play multiple games that day too? I'm pretty sure they probably had the
Nah,
3A.
nah. This was like the game. Like,
Oh,
the
the one?
championship game.
Right.
The joint. It was like like we won that joint. We was state champions type shit. Like, it was the game. Like, and it was at the Raven Stadium. And I just remember that shit. Like, that was the first time I ever was in front of that many people and shit. And like, nigga, you know how band shit go. The band play, and then what happens after that? And motherfucking, it's the drum lines time, nigga. And you know what I'm saying? I'm out there, lights. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's cold as shit. It's December. That shit. You know what I'm saying? But I fell in love with that shit right then and there for real. Like, that was it. And like.
And that was a wrap, man.
And that's it, bro. And that shit transitioned to so many things. I wanted to do that. I don't know. I wanted, like, when I was a kid, I thought I could, like, just do marching band forever. Like, but you can't do that.
Right.
Then, like, I wanted to be, like, a fucking tour drummer. You know what I'm saying? When I was younger, like, it was just a lot of shit. But I always just wanted to be a part of entertaining people and using my gift to make people feel good. And that turned into me using my voice. You know what I'm saying? and expressing myself past just sonically, you know what I'm saying, and expressing my thoughts and my emotions and shit like that. So it's just like, man, I like I said, yeah, I just always knew. Like I always knew what I wanted to do. I just always been focused on that shit.
That's a blessing, man. That's
I ain't never gonna be one of them niggas that like lie and be like, yeah, I just I just started rapping.
Yeah, like last week.
All that PR shit. No, I've been, you know what I'm saying? I remember recording my first rap on like a fucking, cause my pops was locked up when I was younger and shit, right? And he would write raps and shit, send me pictures and shit, right? And then like, you know what I'm saying, came out. I remember we had a little stereo with the cassette, and everybody in the churches wrote this joint. You could take the headphones, and if you plugged it into the microphone jump, it would let you record onto the tape.
Oh shit!
I don't know if niggas remember that. I know a few niggas that knew about that shit. There's some O's. I probably sound like I'm 85 years old
Nigga
talking
back
about
in
this
the
shit.
tape with
Nigga,
the 8
I'm still in my 20s, first of all, though. But yeah, the little cassette tape. You know what I'm saying? I'm still on my tour, but that little cassette tape jump, bro, you could take the headphones and plug it into the little mic jump and talk through the little headphones. We used to record little dumbass shit, like, you know what I'm saying? But like, I always been infatuated with this shit, bro. I always wanted to do this shit, and I always been trying to figure out, you know what I'm saying, how to bring it into like full reality and fruition, or even like what I want to manifest it into and use it for.
And what is that? What do you want to manifest and use it for?
Man, just to spread knowledge, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever I get to learn, I've learned a lot in life. You know what I'm saying? I just want to use my gift to spread knowledge, my knowledge of self, my knowledge of, you know what I'm saying, anything I learn. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you tapped into me, you know, like I share knowledge.
There's a lot of knowledge in there, man.
If you tapped into me, like not even musically, like if you just follow me, bro, like it'd be knowledge, bro. I be posting books you should read. Sometimes I go live and read excerpts from books that I'm reading, like, and there's not even like thousands of people tuned into this shit, but I just care to share shit, like, you know what I'm saying, because I be feeling like it's good shit that people should know, and like, I'm gonna say like 98% of the time when I share something, somebody be like, yo, good look, right, bro, like, thanks for sharing that shit. So like, I figure like, it's probably my duty to continue to share shit, because people benefit from the shit that I share, whether it be like complex shit, simple shit, big shit, little shit, music shit, financial shit, funny shit. Like, it just, you know what I'm saying? I just want to share what I know with the motherfucking people, and use my gift to do so.
Yeah, man. That's what it's about, man. Like the gems, man. It's like that's what we're here for.
And really to elevate our people. Like, I don't know.
Nah, that's the truth, man. I realize
nigga don't know how, you know what I'm saying, nigga can't change the world or nothing, but man, like, I don't know. I just feel like if more niggas started, cause like, you don't gotta swap one to do the other, bro. Like, you could have lived your life and had the experiences you have and still share the knowledge that you have, like, but like, if we shared more knowledge and made each other more privy to the things that we know and we've experienced, and also on the flip side of that, we're more willing to take heed of those things as a people, man, we would go so much further. So like, I just want to see, you know, us as a black people in this American society, man. Like, I just want to see us like go further, go harder. And like, sometimes I be feeling like a contradiction because like, I'm an artist, you know what I'm saying? Like, but like, it's just like, you can do what you want, bro. Like, but like, niggas gotta know that for real. Like, niggas gotta know that like, you got the power to like do whatever you want to do in this world, change the world, whatever. And like, ultimately though, we have the power to create the world that we want to collectively, like the justice that we want for ourselves, the peace that we want, the whatever it is that we desire. We have the ability to manifest that, but we have to be on one accord. And so like, you know, it's gonna take some great fly talking young nigga that's gonna come one of these days in like the next 10 years, and, you know what I'm saying, hopefully he rally motherfuckers together. But in the meantime, I'm gonna just keep sharing the knowledge I got to kind of just get niggas like warmed up, hopefully. And hopefully they'll be ready when bro come through. Or maybe sis, like it might be sis. It'd be tight if it was sis too. Somebody that gonna come through for the people. And yeah, man, and in the meantime, I just hope we all just keep sharing knowledge so that we can like apply that shit, move forward. You know what I'm saying? So we can get shit done quicker, man. If you went through some shit and you did some shit and you can tell a nigga how to get to that shit quicker, man, tell that nigga how to do that shit the right way. Don't hold that nigga up. Don't let that nigga go through what you went through, man.
Pass
Share
the
that nigga
plug,
out,
man.
man.
Pass on the plug if you can. If you can't use it, pass on the plug. And even if you can,
Right,
you know
let
what
me
I'm
tell you
saying?
something.
It's not.
You don't even have to pass on the plug, bro. Just share the knowledge, bro. Just share the knowledge. A nigga can find his own plug as long as you share with me the knowledge on how I need to do everything else so that I could do it in the way in which you doing it. What the bumps were like, and it's not in the sense of I want to do it like you, I want to be a clone. But if you have a blueprint to share with somebody that they can compound on it and make their own formula with, then you do that, bro. Like. You do that shit, and niggas don't be doing that shit, and that's why shit taking so motherfucking long. Because everybody want to be hoarding motherfucking knowledge and resources, man. Share that shit, bro. It is infinite money. They print the shit, and now it's digital too. Like so, it's like it's literally infinite bread, bro. So like, just go ahead. Tell a nigga how to do the shit, get the shit done, put a nigga on. Even if it ain't no financial shit, bro. If you know some shit going, open a nigga mind, some shit, some free thinking mind, put a nigga on, bro.
Put 5 niggas on, and then
bro.
Put
Each
10
one,
niggas.
no, bro. Each one teach one. That's it, bro. Don't burden people with that, bro. Just share your knowledge with somebody, bro. Like niggas don't gotta be teachers, bro. That's a burden. Like you know what I'm saying. But as teachers don't get appreciated. That's a whole nother story. But anyways, bro, just share your knowledge with somebody, bro. Just pass that shit on, and preferably somebody that you see doing it. I just met an old nigga the other day, man. Great dude. He owns a mechanic shop. He owns a whole bunch of other, they do like customizations and they, remodel cars, and then he owns a bunch of other businesses. And he's from Chicago. He's been out here for like 20 years, like 60 something. It's just a great story. But like he started as a DJ. He was a Chicago house DJ. And he was just talking about how, like, he obviously doesn't perform and play anymore. He was like, so, like, he literally just, like, he has this, like, rare-ass collection of Chicago house music. And he, like, just puts it on USB drives and gives it to people. Because he said, as a DJ, he wants to share the music. Like, you know what I'm saying, bro? You just share the shit you got. Like, this shit real simple. Shit's so simple, bro. Like, because it's like, bro, what you afraid of? A nigga gonna give more money than you?
Exactly.
Who cares? Who fucking cares? Because if you really put that nigga on that money and that nigga do get more money than you, if you are ever fucked up, that nigga got you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For sure. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because you put him on to the motherfucker.
Exactly.
Like, and you wasn't on no whole shit, right? And even in that, you shouldn't even be living and expecting that nigga. Just put a nigga on. If you so confident in what you got going on and you got your shit working how you doing, bro, work that move, bro. Tell a nigga how to do that shit, bro.
Put a nigga on.
Unless you got like unless you're like a chef and you got like a secret recipe or some shit, like, okay, don't share your recipe.
Even if that, if you're good enough.
But you're right though, because you gotta tell somebody how to do it, man. You gotta tell somebody how to do it.
And that's the whole thing. There's so many ways nowadays where you can show and prove the formula. Then you can literally bag it up and you can put it online. And these are the people that are your testimonies, and the people that are your proof are the people that are closest to you. You know what I'm saying? So you've already put them on. They can tell. They can serve as your proof. You know what I'm saying? And you can just do it. There's so many different ways to get to it, y'all. Please do. You know what I'm saying, bro? Oh man, this has been. You had to come back. We had to have you. You know what I'm saying? Put you on a schedule, man. This was good, man. I definitely appreciate you, bro. You got anything else you want to tell the people? Any projects coming out? Anything, you know what I'm saying? New, exciting?
Stay grateful. Stay humble. Stay focused. I may or may not have some stuff coming out.
I'll let you know.
I got some things in the works. I got some other things in the works. The best thing for you to do would just to be good. One, Lil'Dream on Instagram and Twitter. Just like follow me, right? And then you'll be tapped in. You'll see everything that's going on. I might be dropping some music soon. That song we played, we got a video for that coming. That's coming like in a couple weeks. I got some records I've been working on, but then I got some other shit I've been working on. So it's just like, we'll see how it plays.
It's exciting, man. It's exciting. I want you all to do, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put the link
down
below. Do your Googles,
do
man.
Do your Googles, nigga.
You know what I'm saying? Run them streams
do
up,
your
you know what I'm saying?
Googles,
but then also tap in, follow, bro, and you know what I'm saying? Stay tuned. Yeah, as you see why, you know what I'm saying? I definitely wanted to have him on as a guest, a fountain of knowledge, you know what I'm saying? Just always a great conversation, man. We've had these great conversations since the jump.
Sure.
And I just really appreciate, I appreciate that you're doing so well, you know what I'm saying? And that I appreciate, man, you coming through and rocking out with us, you know what I mean?
I thank you for having me. For real,
You
bro.
know, it's always a treat when the real ones meet, man. You all know, man, this has been an awesome, another episode, Gym Class episode number 92, I believe. Gym Class 92.
That's my birth year. Look at that. It's always right, man.
Check us out, man.
It's in the digits, man.
I want
it's in
you
the
all,
supreme mathematics, God.
always, man.
Stay blessed, man.
Always.
Keep your inner man right, son.
I want you to
all that
follow
type of
us
shit.
on the Gym Class Podcast on Instagram. Maddie Make It Work on
Keep
Instagram.
your third eye open, son.
One Lil'Dream on Instagram. INTL_AWOL. You guys
Stay
know
woke,
everything
son.
is everything, man. You know what I'm saying? It's all of the supreme beings, mathematicals and reacticals. We doing the actuals and factuals, all that, son. In your mouth.
Control your vibes, son.
Man, listen, man. You know the motherfucking issue, man. Look, follow us, like and subscribe everywhere. Tell a friend, you know how to do it again. It is Maddie Make It Work. This is the Gym Class Podcast. It's my man Lil'Dream.
Yes,
and
sir.
you all are dismissed.